The entire world is God's dwelling place. Your own body is a temple. And bringing much wider level, there isn't a spot in the world which is not permeated by God. So for those who are highly advanced, where is the best sacred place? Here. What's the best time, most sacred time? Now. Here and now. Work upon it. That's the foundation of the real temple. Om Nilambuja Shyamal Komalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Panau Maha Sayaka Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham. Allusions to Lord Rama, whose complexion is like a blue lotus, very tender and delightful in appearance. Sita is seated on his left side, and he's carrying a powerful bow and arrow in his hands. Balakanda, we are going towards the Doha number 199. Topic is Bala Leela of Lord Rama. Bala Leela means Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrugna, they are crawling on four. And giving delight to everyone, especially to the parents. Doha number 199. Sukha sandoha moha par gyan gira gotit dampati parama prema bas kar sisucharita punit. God, Rama, who is the abode of joy, beyond all illusions, who transcends mind, speech, and senses, led by the intense love of Dasharatha and Kausalya, that Lord Rama, along with his brothers, are presenting Bala Leela, giving delight to the parents as they act like children. They are not really children. Ehi vidhim Ramar Jagata Pitu Mata Koshalapurvasina Sukadata. And in this form of their childish cuteness, they're not only giving delight to the parents, but all the inhabitants of Ayodhya. Lord Shiva says to Parvati, because that's the in series of teachers and disciples, Lord Shiva is prominent. He is giving the Ramayana to Parvati, to his wife. O Parvati, whoever has developed intense love to the feet of Lord Rama, they have this privilege of enjoying Bala Leela of the Lord. for profounder understanding, turn your attention to loving God in many stages. When you love God, you enjoy a special type of a rasa. Not talking about rasa music. Special type of delight. And just to reiterate those points, if you do not have any special attitude and you are simply drawn to God in a very profound way, you enjoy Shanta Rasa. If you develop the attitude, I am a servant, God is a loving master. So, that's the privilege of a servant. He does not carry any burden of responsibility. All the world problems are his problem. And he knows how to handle it. That's again another point. But whatever duty has presented itself to you in your life, continue to perform your duty, exercise your self-effort, considering yourself an instrument in divine hand, a slave. And then enjoy your life by experiencing the miraculous happenings in your life, miraculous changes that occur within you, how loving Master is. So that's called Dasya Ras, Dasya Bhakti. And loving God as a child. Literally, you may enjoy having that type of visualization. But at a deeper level, you develop love of God that doesn't expect anything from God. Loving God itself is so delightful that you don't need anything else. And the sample of that experience is in your daily life. You love your baby and you do not, if you are normal mother or parents, you don't have any contradiction about it. You do not count all the good things you have done to your baby so that you can show them when the baby grows. Love that doesn't expect anything in return. When that type of love has developed, whether you visualize God as a baby or not, that's a different matter. But you have developed Vatsalya Ras. Next, you come to experience closeness with God. God is your profound friend. And you open your heart to God and you feel no restriction. When you feel like scolding, you scold. And the illustrations are Arjuna was that type of friend who was very eloquent in his expressing his view. Oh Lord, you have 1,000 heads and 1,000 bodies, but I am frightened. Come back to your normal size. Subtle point is a stage of bhakti. Bhakti has advanced that God is not viewed by you as someone who is awesome, as well as awe-inspiring, but someone who is very close to you, friends. That's keeping that in view, we give the instruction, grow in the image of God. With friends, you act like equal to friends. And then profoundest stage is described as Shringara Ras. The word Shringar may blow your mind away. Shring is the horn on your head. It's called climax. On the climax, there is a fire, angar. When the love reaches its climax, that's called Shringar. In human relations, it is described as amorous love. But a love then in which the English language says you fall. Which is not the purpose. Real success is if you could rise with it. Keeping that illustration, because that's easy to understand, your soul loves God, who is the supreme beloved. And in that type of love, the soul sheds layers of illusions, the body, pranas, mind, intellect, ego, none of this. I am out of, stripped of all layers of illusion with God. And it is illustrated in the form of Ras Leela. Krishna dances with countless gopis. Each gopi finds Krishna with him. I will not go into that direction. So this is about Balyaras, Vatsalyaras. Ehi vidhi Rama Jagata Pitu Mata, Kausalya Purvasina Sukhadata. Thus, mother and father of the whole universe, Lord Rama, brings delight to all the inhabitants of Ayodhya. Shiva says to Parvati that whosoever has developed love for the feet of Lord Rama, such a one has the blessing, privilege of enjoying the Bala Leela. Such a person has the privilege of enjoying Vatsalya Ras, that profound stage of divine love, where you simply enjoy loving God, nothing else matters. That stage is attained as a result of immense righteous activities and grace of God. Raghupati vimukh jatan karai kori, kavan sakai bhava bandhan chori. If one does not have devotion to God and has studied lots of scriptures, practiced lots of meditation, acquired many siddhis, in spite of all that, he will not be free from the bondage of the world process. The sample of the bondage. the Maya that deludes all souls. That Maya is afraid. When it comes to deluding sages and saints, that Maya does not have that power. Bhrikuti-vilasa na chawai tahi, asa prabhu chhadi bhajiye kachu kahi. And that Maya that makes all people dance, not in a joyous way, it makes all people pursue their karmas. They go up and down like the rice cooking in a kettle. That Maya dances before God. And God doesn't have to even look at the Maya, simply his eyebrows move. And the Maya shakes. Poetic writings called bhrikuti-vilasa. When eyebrows move, it's not a stressful situation, it's a vilas. You are joyous. When difficulties come and your eyebrows move, it is not a joyous situation. Tears flow from your eyes. It's a bhrikuti-vilasa, not vilas. So, the entire Maya process is under the control of God, who makes the Maya dance just by his shimmering eyebrows. Knowing this, why should you turn to anything else other than God? Because Maya will not give you all that you want. Whatever Maya gives you is transient, illusory, a dreamlike experience. So, have a deep understanding of difference between Maya-based attainments that do not dissolve Maya, but keep you gripped by Maya, and the process that leads you out of Maya. Terms are used, preya and shreya. Things that are pleasant. That means when you follow ego's taste, you are coming under the grip of Maya. But when you develop bhakti taste, where ego subsides, then you are getting out of Maya. Man krama bachana chhadi chaturai, bhajat kripa kari hahi raghurai. Thought, word, and action. Manasa, vacha, karmana. An aspirant must be straight. Your thinking must be in harmony with your words, and your words must be in harmony with your action. If that is not so, then you are living in the world like foxes. You want to attain things by foxy cleverness. and may get lots of satisfaction from ego's point of view. But all attainments on the basis of foxy cleverness keeps you under the grip of Maya. Ultimately, you gain nothing. Maya outfoxes you. So therefore, don't bring in the fox in your thoughts, words, and actions. Then you become recipient of receiving divine grace, kripa. 4 types of grace come to you. Atma kripa, your being drawn to God that continues unobstructed. And behind all this kripa, first and foremost, Ishvara kripa, God's grace, which expresses in the form of your increasing interest in pursuing the path of sadhana. If that interest is not there, you don't have Atma Kripa, your own grace is not there. Next is called Guru Kripa. If you have that type of grace, divine creation creates a situation of being guided by authentic personalities. Otherwise, you can be guided by countless guides that they are completely deluded themselves. So that's called Guru Kripa. And lastly, it's called Shastra Kripa. You study scripture, you think that you have understood what the scripture says, but if you do not have that special grace, the grace of the scripture, you read the Gita and all that you think is what happened to Duryodhana, what happened to Karna, why those people gamble, and all the problems. I'm just joking, but the idea to understand. Instead of going into the teachings, profound teachings that apply to you, Davi Sampat, or the divine one, or the 3 gunas, and so many profound teachings, you go after things that have no value, no practical value for you, and you stay stuck with it. It's like a whole coconut is given to you. You have heard about its nourishment and all that. But you don't have anything, any means to break the shell. The Gita is like a good coconut. Most scriptures are like that, coconuts. If you stay with the stories, you have not broken the shell. And you have broken your teeth. In other words, reduced your ability to assimilate teachings. यही विधि शिशु विनोद प्रभु कीन्हा सकल नगर वासिन सुख दीन्हा. Thus Sri Rama and his brothers presented their childish display and brought immense delight in the heart of parents and all those who are associated. लय उछंग कबहु कहल रावय कबहु पालने घाली झुलावय. Mother Kausalya, sometimes she takes Rama in her lap and sometimes places him on a swing. In other words, you enjoy divine ras, taste for divine love in your heart in such a way like a mother enjoys a baby holding. And sometimes you see the baby on a swing. Outside world presents many swings. So Rama is swinging through the branches, sending out aroma through the flowers. And if you are highly advanced, then through all personalities. Ghat ghat mein hai Sai Ramta. In every person, in every jiva, in every object, Rama is a permeating reality. So if you are moving that direction, then you are seeing your baby swinging. प्रेम मगन कौशल्या निषिदिन जात न जान सुत सनेह बस माता बाल चरित कर गान. So immersed in divine love, enjoying ecstasy. Kausalya doesn't know whether it is day or night. Pressure of time moves away. And immersed in love for Rama, she sings his childish display. To understand, mothers speak of the experiences with the baby. Let me give you a little detail. So everybody knows it. If you have a baby and many guests come in and friends come in, then you start telling, look, what did the baby do? How cute he looked. In the modern days, you have taken pictures of that. So instead of looking at the baby, you're looking at the cell phone. Here, lick the baby. Look how he's looking. Here, how his tongue is coming out. What? Here we are not talking about ordinary baby, Rama. And then again, another message is there. In all relations, bring that subtle point. What makes a baby so lovable? Rama. What make you so lovable for the baby? Rama. And in all, behind all types of love, is Rama behind. एक बार जननी अनहवाए करी सिंगार पलना पौढ़ाए. Once, mother gave bath to the baby and decked his body with all little ornaments and placed him on a swing-like platter. Leaving him there, she herself went to have shower, bath, preparing herself for worshipping God. करी पूजा नैवेद्य चढ़ाया, आपु गई जहाँ पाक बनावा. She performed her worship, offered the offerings, and then she went to the place where the food was being cooked. When she came back, she saw Rama eating the offering she had made to the deity. Now, try to understand this story. Rama is elsewhere. She left him lying, sleeping, went to another place, and she sees that she made a mistake. Rama is not there, it's there. He's already eating from the temple. Gay janani shishu pahi bhayabhita, dekha bal tahat punisuta. And suddenly she went back to see what happened to the baby sleeping. And she sees Rama sleeping. So he is sleeping in one area, eating in the temple at the same time. This is given a very simple riddle, but it's riddled with mystery. The mystery is you develop devotion to God in your temple and offer best of puddings, etc. If your devotion has opened a higher door, you come out of your temple. Previously you used to see squirrels and other things. And now you see the same God dancing, moving. Big shock to the mind. But until you assimilate that shock, your devotion remains confined to the temple. It remains in kindergarten. God worshipped in temple is a kindergarten experience, that you must do that. But the actual understanding you must develop. The entire world is God's dwelling place. Your own body is a temple. And bringing much wider level, there isn't a spot in the world which is not permeated by God. So for those who are highly advanced, where is the best sacred place? Here. What's the best time, most sacred time? Now. Here and now. Work upon it. That's the foundation of the real temple. गए जननी शिशु पही भयभीता, देखा बाल तहाँ पुनि सूता. Afraid, she moved back and forth, went back to see Rama is sleeping. Came back, Rabaji. Heart began to compayama, tremble, and mind lost its balance. यहाँ उहाँ दुई बालक देखा, मति भ्रम मोर कियान विशेष था. Here is Rama, there is Rama. Have I lost my mind? Or what's the reason? देखी राम जननी अकुलानी, प्रभु हंसी दीन मधुर मुस्कानी. Seeing Kausalya so confused and under stress, Lord Rama smiled sweetly and wanted to play his trick more. देखरावा तही निज अद्भुत रूप खंड रोम रोम प्रति लागे कोटि कोटि ब्रह्मांड. In that state, when mother was already in ecstasy, she saw Rama showed his cosmic form, extremely startling. Rom Rom pratilage koti koti brahmand. His cosmic form, every pore of his hair, every hair in his body, he sustains millions and millions of cosmos. Not ordinary things, the whole universe concept, countless world systems, they are sticking to one little hair in his body, and he must have a lot of hair. All this is allowing your mind to exercise imagination. Imagination is, if you have studied Vedanta, then you understand sun is like God. All the illuminations that you see every day, they are different world systems, speaking allegorically, like looking at the whole world. But in every ray of the sun, this whole world is there. Figure that out. So, all that your mind can envision, can imagine, can visualize, all that your mind can do becomes little before the divine self. Yogvashita describes, giving similar simile. If you are in a room, dark room, and you see a beam of light coming through a little hole, in that beam of light you will see countless sand particles or dust particles scintillating. Think of each dust particle as big as the universe that you know of, with Milky Ways, with all the stars, with the earth, the mountain. Put that all together in one little scintillating particle. And even then, you have not really come to describe the immensity of God. The moral of it, don't stretch your mind too much. Allow your mind to relax. Don't think of all the activities done by your mother and how many things she does from morning till night. Just stay quiet in her life, in her heart, and enjoy it. But a little sniff of the immensity, that is another factor that allows you to be endowed with immense faith. Bhakti and jnana, that's a relationship. Your devotion, if it is inspired by jnana aspects, your knowledge of the immensity of the world, the glory of the world, your devotion becomes much keen. On the other hand, as the devotion becomes profound, you can handle the immensity. When we say immensity, your mind simply says, oh, God shines how many suns? Scripture says 1,000. You say, but I know of a star that is million times. Now, continuing this, mother is seeing the cosmic form of Rama. Aganita Ravi Sasi Shiva Chaturanan Bahugiri Sarita Sindhu Mahikanan. She's countless suns, all in one view. Countless moons, countless Shivas, Lord Shivas, countless Brahmas, countless mountains, rivers, oceans, forests, countless repeat of historical events, source, the indescribable things never known to anyone appeared before her. देखी माया सब विधि गाढ़ी अति सभेत जोरे कड़ ठाड़ी. Seeing this immense form of God, extremely frightened, with folded hands she stood. And in that state, देखा जीवन चावई ताही देखी भगति जो छोरई ताही. She sees a drama. She sees how Maya controls all jivas, all souls. And yet, the very same Maya so passive before that cosmic form that she lets go the grip of her jivas under the influence of that cosmic being. That immense power of Maya becomes gentle before God's presence. The moral of it, if you have devotion, you will be led to liberation. मुक्ति भक्ति की दासी है. Liberation is a maid servant of devotion. तन पुलकित मुख बचन न आवा नयन मूदि चरण शिरुनावा. Her whole body experiencing amazing thrill. Words could not proceed from her mouth. In bhakti literature, these points are highlighted. When bhavana, divine feeling, emerges in your heart, it has an amazing effect on your nervous system. But that effect is extremely nourishing. And let me give you some of those points. Sattvik bhavana, causes romanch. Romanch, hair standing on their end. Ashru, tears begin to flow from your eyes. But they are not hot tears of sorrow, very cool tears. Swarabhanga, lots of inspiration, but the tongue doesn't want to work. So you blabber a few words in ecstasy. You can't speak much. The predicament of big mantras. They're very short statements. Came out of ecstatic state of sages. And you have to go through volumes of commentary to understand them. Vismay, another. Is a state of being surprised. In daily life, in near and dear one's relationship, you always like to do something that brings surprise in the eyes of people whom you love. And there is sweet feeling when you have done something that surprises. You brought a gift to your mother, and in the beginning she doesn't see the gift, what it is. But you have tricked her, and she now suddenly sees something so much that she looks at you with surprise. All these that are natural in human being, now they are coming on the basis of God's inspiration. Next is kampan. Your whole body begins to shake, but joyously. You can see in animals, they do it very easily. Especially cats. And lastly, ecstasy. All these are different expressions of divine feeling. And they are profoundly nutritious, speaking medical term. अस्तुति करि न जाई भय माना, जगत पिता मैं सुत करि जाना. Now, it also occurred in her heart that, what have I done? I have viewed this Creator, Lord of the entire universe, as my baby. Can you be ever forgiven for that type of? हरि जननी बहुविधि समुझाई, यह जनि कतहु कहसी सुनु माई. Lord Hari, Rama, helped his mother, made her understand in a subtle way, explained his purpose of doing all that, and then said, "Oh mother, do not talk about this experience with others. Keep it a secret." Subtle point again behind it. As you practice devotion, your internal movement expands beyond your imagination. But that should not disturb your practical daily life. And it has many implications. In other words, when you are dealing with people in practical reality, someone makes you wait. So don't you know my Kundalini has risen up? If your Kundalini has risen up, then don't need to talk about it. Don't you know I know Brahman? All this is Brahman. How dare you make me wait? So don't bring that type of knowledge in your practical daily life. If you have that knowledge, your expression in daily life should be simply gentle, gentle like a beautiful flower, wafting fragrance. बार बार कौशल्या विनय करई कर जोरी अब जनि कबहू व्यापै प्रभु मुहि माया तोरी. And Kausalya ji, with folded hands, said, "O Lord, this is my prayer. Please don't show me this type of Maya. Let me enjoy the motherly love that I have developed towards you." बाल चरित हरि बहु विधि कीन्हा अति आनंद दासन कह दीन्हा कछुक काल बीते सब भाई बड़े भये परिजन सुखदाई. Thus Rama performed his Bala Leela, this childish exploits, childish sport, and gave immense delight to all those who attended on him. But with the passage of time, all the four brothers, they grew up. Grew up as children, 6-year-old, maybe 5-year-old, who knows. चूड़ाकरण कीन्ह गुरु जाई विप्रन पुनि दक्षिणा बहु पाई. And they came to a stage of what's called mundan samskar. Different people choose different timings. 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, whatever, their different families choose their different ages. And that samskar is special sacrament, a special ritual performed that brings profound spiritual impression in the unconscious. It's like giving a medicine that works in its own way without your knowing it. You have taken it with sugar-coated pill. So all that you enjoyed was a little sweet in your mouth. Yeah, everything else is being done internally. Samskara, mantras, all these work in the same way. And Hindu culture has so many important sacraments. One great sacrament was already done, Namakaran. They were given names. Now this is called Chudakarana. Chuda refers to little, what to call it, tuft. Leaving a little tuft on the head. Shave the whole head. Shaving the head is to remind you that your goal is to cut down all your vasanas, subtle desires. From a practical point of view, it is a healthy measure. The hair that has come from the early stage carrying its own limitations, or maybe some viruses or whatever, you shave them all up. But that's a joking point. The real message behind it, that's why sannyasis shave their head, symbolizing that you live to destroy all your vasanas. And leaving a little tuft, because this is not perfect sannyasa, Chudakarana, is little tuft is left to give you an importance of Sahasrar Chakra. Give respect to the top of your head. Don't bang it against things. From that top of your head will come nectar. So the Chudakarana was done. You were initiated into what later becomes a great samskara, renunciation. And Brahmins were fed and lots of charitable activities were done. And all the four brothers continued to delight by their various cute activities. And I will leave it at this stage. More cute things are coming up. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya